Bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression. It's all that I wanted. The phone and affection. I summon and dub it. Cause bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling.
Yo, so today we're hopping in on Fairy Tale Re. It came out, I guess at the time I'm editing this video, it came out yesterday, but you know, we're just gonna say today. But yeah, this game came out, and honestly, I cannot say that it's good, especially with like how the player count seemed to have immediately dropped. And it's crazy because like I never seen a game like fall off this hard. Like it fell off so hard. And I never played this game when it first came out, whenever that was. I never played it, so I was like hopping on here, just being optimistic. Like I don't know what I'm getting myself into. I never seen like any old videos or anything, so I just came in. And yeah, this game is really not the best at all. My first issues with this game is that it feels repetitive, in the sense of like, so for example, the person I'm fighting right now, he's using fire, so you can see like he has the fireball skill. The water magic also has a water ball, which is just like pretty much a reskin of the fireball. And then lightning has his own projectile for the first skill, which is also just a reskin of like all of them. But I guess in a way it makes sense that everyone has a projectile. But I don't know, when it comes to fire, there's another skill. The second skill is like a dash forward skill, and you can combo extend off of it. And water has the exact same skill. Like literally it looks a little different because water ball looks like more of a, not a water ball, the water magic looks more of a dive, and the fire skill is a fist, like just a lunging fist attack. But it's the same thing fundamentally. So it just feels like they're just reusing the same thing and just putting like a different VFX on it and just calling it like new, or like just a different thing, which I personally don't like. I wish it was like a lot more different. Maybe if they're gonna add a projectile, I guess it's fine. Like what can you really do? I don't know. So with water, you could add like bullets or something. It didn't need to be a water ball. It could be like water bullets, or just something. So there's something different. It didn't need to be the exact same thing as a fireball or a lightning ball or a projectile. I think it's a lightning bolt, actually. I don't think it's a ball, it's a bolt. But yeah, they could have just mixed it up a little bit. And then on top of that, the game, when it came out, I think I don't remember. I think when I looked at it, I think it was peaked at like 1,400 players. And then within hours, I kid you not, it dropped to 200 players. And I've never seen that happen to any game before. It was actually so weird to watch it die that hard, especially when it comes to Roblox. If you're not a fan of Battlegrounds game, and obviously you're not a little kid, so you're not gonna be playing like the brain rot garbage, so there's really nothing to play, and people are opting to play nothing over this game, which I think it's crazy. Because even with for example like Type Soul and the garbage update that they did, I never played Type Soul, but I've seen so many like videos of people complaining about it or saying how trash it was and how the 8-month wait was not worth it. Again, they didn't really do anything. But yeah, even with the devs and like their behavior with kids, you know, if you know, you know, people were still playing that despite all that stuff that was going on. And then now there's really nothing to play. I'm pretty sure Type Soul is dying. I'm pretty sure they have like a couple thousand players maybe, but it is dying. It's not anywhere near as much as it had when it came back out. But yeah, people were still playing that. But with this, people, not even a lot of people, a couple people hopped on and they're like, nah, I'm good, I'd rather play nothing. which I don't know. I think it's kind of funny and just crazy. It really did just flatline when it comes to player count. Also, my next issue with this game is the NPCs, and it's not fun to fight them. It really isn't. There's missions where you have to go fight and kill like 6 NPCs or whatever, and they stun stack you, and it doesn't stop. You could get ragdolled on the floor and they're still hitting you while you're on the floor. And it's not like one of them, it's if you aggroed all of them or you even aggro 2 of them, they will start beating you on the floor, and there is no counterplay to it. If you miss your parry, then you're just eating all that damage, and it's not fun early on. It's so annoying. I don't know why they keep programming NPCs to be that way. I feel like it should be, I don't know. I feel like if one NPC is attacking you, the other one shouldn't just be like just jumping in like that, and you're just taking double damage and you can't do anything about it besides hoping that you hit your parry. But even then, if you get your parry, it only gives you iframes for a little bit, because they will start hitting you again. And I've had so many times where I was fighting one, and then I did my parry, and then I started hitting one, and then the one behind it, because he was a little bit out of range of my weapon, he just started beating me, and then they just both started jumping me again, and it was so irritating. And I don't know, bro. I don't like it. Also, I did all that fighting. That fight with that dude took like 8 minutes. I kid you not. All that fighting, and I got 2 wood, by the way. Like, what kind of reward is that? I fought that dude for that long for 2 wood. Also, there's no variety when it comes to NPCs, really. There's like, later on, after you pass the desert island, there's a Yeti, but even then the Yeti is like, it's hard to fight by yourself, so you kind of need, like, you don't need it, but if you don't cheese it, then you kind of need another player, that way you guys can get through it faster. But yeah, besides the Yeti, there's nothing else. Like, I really did put time into this game. Like, I think as I'm recording this, I'm pretty sure I'm level 40, so I grinded a lot, and it just feels so boring. Progression isn't fun. You start off on this island, you start fighting these NPCs, and it's like, all right, cool. It's like the beginning, and also there's like trash quest or whatever, and it's like, all right, cool. And I heard the devs say like, oh, it's like it's intended to be that way because later on you're supposed to go like from like 0 to hero or whatever, so later on like it feels more rewarding and there's harder missions or whatever. But I don't know, I feel like that's not an excuse to have a boring progression in the beginning, because if it's boring in the beginning, nobody's gonna play it later on. Like, that's just common sense, I feel. But yeah, progging is boring. The NPCs are not fair to fight at all. And oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. So with progging, you fight NPCs on the beginning island. All right, cool, whatever. Then you go to the second island and you're fighting like pretty much the same NPCs. I think what's a little different is that now some of them do like a little magic skill here and there, but for the most part is the same NPC. Then you go to the third island, you see a new NPC. That's when you see the Yeti, and it's like, all right, cool. The Yeti is kind of janky when it comes to the fighting, and it didn't feel fair to fight. Like, I didn't have any opportunity with that Yeti where it feels like I could stun them and get like a complete like M1 string. It was like I had to cheese it. I had to use my critical and then just stay away from him and then just spam my 2 skills that I had. So I was using water ball and then my second skill, and then it was like rinse and repeat. I kept running away from him and just kept doing that, and it took me like 5 minutes or something to even kill him, which is not fun to do. Like, it really isn't. And if I didn't do that and I tried to actually fight him head on, I got killed in like a second, because I didn't have that much health, because obviously like I'm new. I know I'm on the third island, but like I don't really have that much HP or anything. So it didn't feel fun. It wasn't rewarding. And then you go to the 4th island. It's the same thing. There's NPCs all over the street. There's some on the beach. There's some in the forest area. And it's the same thing. It's just like you're fighting the same generic NPCs and there's no variety. It's just so boring. It's legit just a bandit beater. Like at its purest form is just a bandit beater, and with barely or little to no variety when it comes to what you're fighting in general. What else do we have? They gave us codes, and they gave us like 3 codes, I think, which I don't know. I feel like if you're re-releasing your game, you should probably give us a little bit more, because even the codes that they gave us, it didn't give you that much rerolls when it came to stuff. Like it gave you like I think it gave you like a little bit. I don't think it was like 10. I think it was like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like it was like 5 spins or something, like maybe 5 spins, something like that. The spins was magicless, which I feel like the skills on there are better than the actual magic skills, which is funny enough for a fairy tale game. And another issue I have, I just remembered. So they changed this later on, but to get your magic skills, you had to rank up. So if you start off as F, you have to do the boring ass prog just to rank up to get new skills and also put points into your mana, and that's how you got your new skills. So you would start off with F, and then you'll just have that one. Was it F? Yeah, I think you stayed on F, and then you increase your mana. So if you put it up to 10, I think you got your first skill or something like that, and you kept that until you went up to D, and then you unlock your next one. And it was just so stupid. It was such a bad idea, and you didn't get it with the boring prog and like how long it take with the annoying NPCs killing you and stuff, and also you have to worry about other players coming after you and killing you too. It just didn't feel fun. But I'm gonna end the video before it gets too long. But what I will say is this game is like the perfect example of what I can compare it to is Anime Adventures. Back then, Anime Adventures was doing good because it was like the first tower defense game of its kind. It was just everybody was on it, and it was extremely popular. It was doing well. They made so much money, but it was good for that time. That's why when Anime Adventures came back out, it flopped when everybody thought it was going to kill any other tower defense game that came out. Anime Defenders flopped because there was no quality of life changes. They did not join the rest of the community games when it comes to quality of life, giving rerolls, and just making the standards, the new standards that we have now, is just different from what we had before. And I feel like this game is the perfect example of that. This game would have done good back then, but the standards are different compared to what they were before. It's a lot higher. The bar is a lot higher, and this game just doesn't come anywhere near where it needs to be. And that's honestly why I feel like this game flopped. But yeah, that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.